Here's a piece from the Wall Street Journal this morning. I'm just going to read like a little bit of it it gives the general impression that the press is giving us about this administration. Since President Donald Trump's election, equity and bond markets have been on the rise. Business leaders are applauding his call for tax cuts, and consumer confidence in the U.S. economy is up. It's actually way up. But halfway through his crucial first 100 days in office, it has been tough going for the new president's agenda that inspired much of that optimism. So people are optimistic, but the agenda is in trouble. Republican infighting is bogging down a health care bill and the litany of legislative issues lined up behind it, including an overhaul of the tax code. A series of court rulings are stalling his immigration policy changes, and his own tweets and White House comments are broadening several probes into whether Russia tried to influence the outcome of last year's presidential election on behalf of the Trump campaign. So let's take a look at this for a minute. The one part that I immediately agreed with to some degree is that a series of court rulings stalled his immigration executive orders, not necessarily his immigration policy changes, because one of the things about those executive orders is they're kind of irrelevant. Like, he doesn't need to do that stuff. There's so much he can do by just calling up ICE and saying enforce the law that would change everything. But it is true that these judges who have struck down this latest executive order have betrayed their trust. And I mean, it's getting, on the right, people get a little bit, what's the word, hyperbolic maybe? People shouting it's a coup, it's a left-wing judicial coup. It's a couple of bad decisions by a couple of dishonest judges. They're maybe not corrupt, but they're ideologically corrupt. And that stuff tends to rebound. It tends to blow up in your face. So I'm not really as concerned about that. I think that's going to make these judges look bad, and it may even end with the Ninth Circuit being disbanded or rearranged in some way.